Hello world. Christianity. What's that all about then? Well, basically, when the time comes, when judgment comes for all of us, 144,000 people will be saved. Now, I don't know exactly how many Christians there are in this world, but most of them are going to die and will not go to heaven. So, okay, fine. I'm not a Christian. I'm not anything. I've been unbaptized in every faith known to man. And I'm quite happy about it. Because I'm not going to go to this boring heaven where Justin Bieber is probably going to go. So I'm quite happy. Because this heaven is a place where everything is perfect, and perfection is pathetic, really. And anyway, who wants a life without end? I mean, you just sit there and everything's exactly as you wanted. And so what? So everything's perfect, everything's beautiful. There are angels singing with harps every day when you wake up. But do you ever sleep? Can you sleep? Or do you have to stay awake in heaven all the time? It's just like these Illuminati, who have been promised eternal life for what they're doing to this earth. But I'm sure that in the contract it does not state what form this eternal life shall take. Again, heaven and hell. You can't trust anybody, not even the Christian God, or the Hebrew God, or the Muslim God, who's way younger than the other two. Even the Egyptian gods are just myths made up to help control the people. And this has been proved time and time again. So why don't people understand that, again, Christ was a man and not a myth? I mean, of course he was a man. Virgin birth. I'm sorry. Mary was human. She had urges. And the only way to stop being stoned to death and have her lover or husband, well, maybe he was just her lover then, and have him stoned to death as well, she had to make up this wonderful story. And everyone believed it. She must have been one hell of a good actress. Probably the first and best actress ever. So anyway, she was allowed to live, but she had to leave. So this is probably a case of she told her parents and they made up the story and she left. So there you go, you see. Yeah, I don't mean to put down Christians, although they do tend to choose to be bigoted, which is not at all helpful. Being bigoted of your own choice doesn't help at all. You have to be open. And being a Christian and believing in God, I would think that accepting, turning the other cheek is the one thing you should do. Because that's what Christ said, turn the other cheek. What do these Christians do? They say, no, bomb the bastards, kill them. And even on Facebook and YouTube, they're all, oh, the Lord is great, only through Jesus. Only through Jesus? No, only through me. For me, only through me will I find my own salvation. I don't need Jesus. I've done past lives, okay? I've gone back. I met Jesus. He was a nice man, a really nice man. Yes, call me a blasphemer. I don't care. Call me a Satanist. Call me what you want. Sticks and stones. I don't mind. I know. I met him. He was a beautiful person. And he was trying to say things. Trying to get a message across. That's all he was trying to do. He was saying that we are all the Son of God. Not just him, all of us. Because we are all sons of the original beings. But then, of course, we have this wonderful quandary, which is coming to light now, as in, where did human beings come from? Because it totally appears that that our existence is not evolutionary. Because there's no way that we could have changed in such a short time and without evidence from Neanderthals or primates to what we are now. There was something else that happened. Because there is no gradual change from primates and the shape of the skulls and the bodies to what we are now, physically, and the size of our brains. We're talking about brains. Neanderthals had a bigger brain than we did. So there are huge gaps in anthropology and in history, which cannot be explained, and there is no proof or reason for these gaps. It's just that the scientists have conveniently skipped them and said, oh yes, we were that, now we're this. Oh. Well, that doesn't work, does it? No. So obviously, there was extraterrestrial interference, which is probably how life started on Earth in the first place. So, yeah, Christians, sorry guys, but you really do have to wake up, because religions are literally modern day dinosaurs. And those dinosaurs are dying out. As people are waking up, those dinosaurs are dying out. There are so many things wrong with religion that it's too many to count. I mean, Christ, a Catholic vice pope was recently found with over 100,000 hours of child porn. And a lot of it was from his own doings, which he recorded himself. No, no, religion is not about outwardly showing that you're a good person and then inwardly being a paedophile or a nasty person. No, religion, okay, is about being nice from the inside. Doesn't matter what you do outside, because if you're nice from the inside, okay, if you don't worry about going through Jesus, giving your life to Jesus, no, give your life to yourself and the world. I mean, Jesus didn't want you to give your life to him. He said, give your life, yes. Sacrifice yourself to save others, to save other sons of God, to save your fellow man. That's what's important. I mean, this is, if you can't help the person next to you, like the man I saw drunk, and he's a known drunk, he'd fallen off his chair. And I could not let it go. So I went up, I helped him, I talked to him. I gave him some peace and I helped him back up onto his chair. I delayed myself, but I couldn't let the man lie there on his own with no love. So I did it. So, fine. That act was a Christian act. Okay? It was an act of love. I don't judge anybody. I don't damn anybody. I don't say you're going to hell because you don't believe. I don't care. You believe what you want. Just be nice to everybody. Care for everybody. You've got to care for everybody. Doesn't matter who they are. They're black, white, yellow, green. It doesn't matter. People are people. We're humans. And we're all on this earth for different reasons. But the one thing we need is support. That's what a psychiatrist told me once. He said, no, you're not mad. You don't need me. But you do need support. We all need support. Whatever happens. Because one day I might be on the street. You might be on the street. We might have got into alcohol. We might not be able to get up on our own. We all need support. Just a bit of love for one person might actually help us. Might actually change our circumstances. Might actually change the way we see the world. Might actually give us the strength to go through the next day without numbing ourselves. Alcohol is an awful thing. It just numbs you, you know? It numbs you. It takes you to a different place. You think, everything's perfect here. But it's not. I wish it was. I want the whole world to be perfect. Well, not perfect. I want challenges. I think the world would be boring without challenges. You know, if everything was perfect, fine. You know, but okay, fine. So everyone's made for something, you know. Some people are here to be warriors. Fine, I accept that. And I love those warriors. But I cannot support them when they're killing people in Afghanistan. Okay, fine, so they're not awake. So they know not what they do. So I forgive them, but I will not support them. My English friends all on Facebook all put up, you know, support our heroes, help for heroes. I said, no, I will not go with that. Because I cannot, morally, ethically, support it. Because that will be supporting the murder of innocents. So I don't do it. I don't delete them. I just let them do what they want to do and, you know, and I carry on. But, you know, there are soldiers who are waking up and saying, what the hell are we doing here? This isn't right. And they're seeing the things that the government is telling them to do. And they can see this isn't right, you know. These American guys who have defected, who have like leaked information. Well done to them. Took a lot of guts. In fact, basically that takes sacrificing everything. Especially the guy who ended up in Russia. He sacrificed his whole life. And he's probably terrified of death every day. But he did it. He spoke out. He stood up. He spoke out. Because what he saw wasn't right and he knew it wasn't right. Now that's guts. And that's love. Because he chose love over fear. And it takes a lot of guts and a lot of belief to choose that. But in the end, we're all going to have to choose love over fear. Or we can choose fear and turn away from the light and walk off into darkness. It's very simple. Love or fear? I choose love. I fight the fear. I fight it a lot. It still gets me sometimes, but I fight it. or I just smother it in love. So, love or fear, folks. Take your choice. Don't worry about God, because God is something you just have no idea what it is. And when you find out, you'll be laughing. A heavenly laugh. But don't worry, because whether you're good or bad, we're all going to heaven. But it depends on what you're... Well, heaven is heaven. It's the source. Yes, heaven is the source. And we're all going back there. And when our bodies die, that's where we go. Because we cannot die. Our consciousness is eternal. It will never die. So we'll go back to heaven when our bodies give out, and then when we get bored of heaven, we'll decide to come back and try another body, try another experience, volunteer for another mission. And when we get back, we'll have our memories wiped, so we won't remember, so we'll grow up, we'll be born and we'll grow up as the race that we're living in. So we won't know any different. It's only as we grow up, when we get older, we'll start to realise that, no, we're not from here, we're not the same. So what are we doing here? And then we will start to learn why we're there. Which is exactly what so many people are doing here on Earth. So many people. And so many people, unfortunately, didn't make it. Whacked out on drugs. Fucked up on all the drugs they took because they couldn't take human life. It was too much for them. Those are the casualties of this war. And this is a big war. This is a major war. But we're here to stay. And luckily, those people haven't died. But it doesn't matter, because if they die, it's okay. They'll just go back to heaven before they should have done. Or before they wanted to. So everything's okay, actually. Lots of pain, physical, psychological, but it's okay. Because once we're done with all this, we go back and everything's cool. Even the bad guys, even the bastards, even Hitler. I bet you when he died, if he is dead, I don't know, but when he died, he got back and he went, oh my God, what a fucking idiot I was. Oh my God, I just totally missed the point. Shit, let me go back and try again. Cool. Let's hope he does come back and tries again and gets it right this time. Because he was a charismatic man. And we could really do with him right now. But not so much of the strict military stuff, okay, dude? Just all the love, but you've got to get the people together, you know? Get the people behind you. Good. Hope to see you soon then, dude. Anyway, that's enough for me tonight. Thanks for listening. Speak to you again.